Clouds, winds, and storms. What is wind? Wind is simply air on the move. We can't see it, but we can feel it. And we can see its effects on plants, flags, wind chimes, and other things. As air near Earth's surface gets warmed by its heat, the air gets lighter. The colder air, which is heavier, pushes down on it, squeezing it upward. As the warm air rises, it cools. As the cold air gets closer to the ground, it warms. Air is always moving, warming and cooling, which makes wind. Think about the city of Chicago, which is on Lake Michigan. When the sun is shining, the air over land heats up more than the air over water. As warm air over the city rises, cooler air over the lake moves toward the land to replace the rising warm air. The movement of air creates a breeze from the lake to the land. This is called a sea breeze. Why is wind strong sometimes and just a light breeze at other times? Wind is stronger when the difference in temperature between warm air mass and the cool air mass is great. When this happens, the cold air chases the warm air faster. Changes in weather are created when air masses of different temperatures meet each other. The line where a warm air mass and a cold air mass meet is called a front. Changes in weather tend to happen along front. Have you ever noticed the lines on a weather map? Those lines show the locations of fronts. Measuring the wind. We measure the wind with an instrument called an anemometer. People measure the wind for many reasons. Information about wind speeds helps scientists predict the weather. Airplane pilots cannot take off or land if the wind is blowing too hard. Ship captains require safe wind speeds to enter harbors. Machines called wind turbines convert fast-moving wind into electricity. In some locations, the wind is too calm to use wind turbines. Number 1. Read the sentences from paragraph 3. Think about the city of Chicago, which is on Lake Michigan. When the sun is shining, the air over land heats up more than the air over water. Which of these best describes why the author began the paragraph with these sentences? A. To show the reader something that happens on Lake Michigan. B. To activate the reader's schema about wind. C. To introduce a new concept with a connection that might be familiar to readers. D. To show readers how sea breezes are created in a real place. Number 2. Read the sentences. Wind is stronger when the difference in temperature between the warm air mass and the cool air mass is great. What does the word mass most likely mean? A. A breeze. B. A body of air. C. Warm air. D. Warm air and cold air combined. Number 3. What are the most likely reasons the author included the sidebar measuring the wind? Choose 2 answers. To teach readers how to measure wind. To show readers why measuring wind can be important for travel. C. To show that there are many wind turbines in California. D. To show how wind can be used to predict weather and create electricity. E. To show the reader what an anemometer looks like. Number 4. What happens when the Earth's surface gets warmer? A. Air moves slowly. B. Air gets lighter. C. It makes wind chimes move. D. Cold air chases warm air. 5. Why is the heading, What is Wind, important to understanding the author's purpose of this passage? A. The heading tells the passage is about wind. B. The heading tells the passage will explain why tornadoes happen. C. The heading introduces the author's purpose to explain how different types of wind form. D. The heading introduces the author's purpose that wind is always cold.